Right, so today's gym session, a leg day, my least favourite session in the gym, but it's got to be done. I'm currently on my cut for summer. I'm calling my program online the Shreds for Summer, and I'm basically walking the walk. After the winter period, I've done 100 kg bulk, purposefully got a little bit more fat than I needed to, just so that I can demonstrate to everyone how to actually get shredded. I'm aiming to get absolutely peeled by the beginning of July, so that gives me about 10-11 weeks left from now, I believe. And in this video, we're going to dissect how to actually get shredded within that 12 to 16 week period, because it's so doable. It's actually so doable, it's scary, but some people just won't put their mind to something for 12 to 16 weeks. Think about how short of a time that is. It's, what, 90 days, 120 days of your time. There might even be some off days in that period. You're not going to be perfect. No plan is going to be perfect, but if you're consistent throughout, you're going to get a result. If you just lock in consistency, accountability, you're going to get a result, and I'm going to show you how to do that today. Right, first things first, self-investment. If you're not willing to invest time, money, if you need a coach, just any investment into yourself, then you might as well click off this video now, because all the other points are not going to count. You need to be locked in mentally. You need to have that mental state where you're willing to put the time in. You're willing to be consistent over a 3, 4, even a year period, depending on where your starting position's at. You need to lock in and make this the biggest priority, or one of your biggest priorities in life. Not pleasing other people, saying yes to every event, every single weekend. You've got a goal to achieve, and you're only going to get that by sticking to all the next points. Weight training is one of the biggest fundamentals to get shredded. It's going to help you maintain and build muscle, but not only that, everybody thinks that, right, I need to lose weight, let's go on 1,000,000 runs, the weight's going to fall off me, but that's not quite how it works. Weight training is going to keep you in a calorie deficit for longer throughout the day. Reason being is because when you tear your muscle fibers to build muscle, in a resting state, your body's actually burning calories trying to repair itself, as opposed to if you're going for a walk and you're going for a run, which are benefiting factors to get shredded, but this is going to be the secret sauce. So really push yourself in the gym, train till failure, and just basically stop being a pussy. Don't turn up to the gym and just shift the weight. Just go, right, 1, 2, 3, up to 12 reps, 3 sets of that, and then, all right, that's it, I'll pop off home. What is the point of spending an hour or 2 in the gym if you're not going to do it properly? Push yourself, take yourself to your limits, and then you might actually see results. So now I've talked the talk, let's walk the walk. I'm going to train till complete failure. We've got 240 kg on the leg press. I'm going to keep the form good, I'm going to keep the tempo good, so not just rushing up and down. I'm going to get a good range of motion, bringing my knees into my chest. And most importantly, I'm going to train with that high intensity, pushing till failure. So, let's go. Oh God. Oh. 9 reps. Right, I pushed myself to my limits then. Even though I thought I wasn't going to get that last rep, I still pushed and I managed to achieve it. That's the level of intensity that you've got to train with. You might not always get there, but at least you stay consistent with that over a long period of time. How are you not going to see results? You're going to build muscle, or you're going to maintain it. You don't want to just keep changing exercises every single week and training what you feel like training. You're not going to shock the muscle. Just come into the gym, stick to the same simple plan. There's no magic exercises. It's all about that intensity that we were talking about. Just come in, be consistent, progressively overload, try and beat your lifts, the amount of reps, the weight that you're doing every single session, and that's how you're going to get stronger. And make sure you're weight training at least 3 to 5 times per week. When it comes to cardio, you want to be doing low intensity stuff, so incline walking on the treadmill, the step machine, even on the bike. You don't really, over a long period of time, want to be doing really high intensity circuit workouts, sprints, interval training. It is good, and that will help you lose weight, but short term, because for most people, that's not sustainable when you've got work commitments, family commitments. You need to do something that's going to be less stress on the body. And the reason why it's good to do low intensity as well, because when your heart rate rises through the high intensity stuff, your body's going to be drawing at carbs that you've eaten throughout the day. And obviously carbs aren't going to be that high. And then that's when you're going to get cravings. Whereas when you're doing low intensity, low heart rate cardio like this, it's going to be drawing at fat stores, which is obviously how you're going to get shredded. This is also a variable that you can track and change. So when you need to increase that deficit, you can either increase the speed slightly, you can increase the amount of time that you're doing it over the week so that you can keep continually progressing. And also when it comes to your weight training, if you're doing all high intensity cardio the day before, it's going to take longer for you to recover. You're going to be absolutely shattered. Recovery is going to take longer. You're going to be more fatigued, and then it's just not going to work out. Your plan's going to fall through. Right, so probably the most important bit of the whole transformation, aside from actually committing yourself and investing in yourself, is your diet. Now, it doesn't need to be boring. Like, I see so many people thinking it is always just chicken, broccoli and rice, 5 meals a day of that, never changing, never having anything that you actually enjoy. I mean, I know this is chicken, but it's literally a Nando's wrap. The chicken's marinated in Nando's sauce. I've got Nando's chili jam on it, cheese, Philadelphia spread in a wrap. If you sit there and tell me that you don't enjoy that, you're mad, or you're just lying, because everybody enjoys a Nando's unless you're a freak. It needs to be enjoyable. That's going to keep it sustainable over a long period of time and allow you to actually stick to this for 12, 16 weeks and then beyond that as well. With your diet, eating healthy is not the key. Eating healthy is a big important part of how you feel inside, but just eating foods that are deemed healthy are not going to get you that result and drop fat and get shredded. You need to be in a calorie deficit. So actually tracking the food that you have is so important. If you're burning more calories than what you're putting in your body, you're going to lose weight. So you need to work out. You can literally use calculator apps online. If that's still not working for you, get a coach. They'll be able to work it out for you in a more professional manner, and then you're going to be able to get where you want to be. We know that you need to be in a calorie deficit. The macros are important for how you're going to be feeling, how you're going to be performing, and to keep it sustainable long term as well. Higher protein is massive. It doesn't mean you scrap everything else. You need carbs for energy, but protein takes longer for your body to digest. So that means you're going to be staying fuller for longer and less hungry, less cravings. It just all has a domino effect. It just makes sense, basically. Right, so daily expenditure, and we're talking about steps. You need to be getting in a minimum amount of steps every single day. It's absolutely non-negotiable. So start off at around 8,000 steps per day, and then that's just another metric that you can increase to make the deficit bigger. As you're taking away food or you're increasing cardio, you can also increase the amount of steps you're doing. Increase it to 10K steps, increase it to 12K steps, even up to like towards the end of your cut. You can even get to like 20K steps a day, which sounds like a lot, but majority of people that have got quite an active job, you'll be getting them steps in naturally anyway. All you need to do is just track it by like a Fitbit, an Apple Watch, and if you can't afford or haven't got any of that, most people's got a phone, so you can literally just track your steps on your phone. There's no excuse. If you need to go out and have a little walk like I am, just to get them extra few steps in, just go and do it. It's better than sitting there playing with yourself or playing with the Xbox, just being a little beta. Go and get it done. So this one's a pretty obvious one. Sleep and water is so important, and you're probably sitting there going, oh Jack, like, we know this, mate. Everybody knows this, but do you actually act upon it? Do you actually track the amount of sleep that you're getting? Do you actually track the amount of water that you're getting? It's such a big, important fundamental for your recovery, your energy levels. How are you going to keep consistent and making progress if you're waking up after a long day of doing weights, going out, getting your steps, cardio, eating low food, and then you're going and getting like 4 or 5 hours a night because you've been sitting up, texting girls, playing the Xbox, whatever you've been doing, and then expect to be able to do all the stuff you done yesterday again the next day? It ain't going to happen. So to keep sustainable and consistent over a long period of time, you actually need to take action and prioritize your sleep and your water. To make sure you can complete all them other metrics, so input, output, which we've just talked about, you need to be organized. So meal prep, make sure all your meals are set and ready so that you're ready to just go, eat it and move on. You haven't got to keep cooking every night or rushing into a shop and getting a crappy meal deal, which is not going to be as good, let's be honest. And then that brings me to my next point, is accountability. So literally, you can get yourself a coach like myself, or just get a gym buddy that's going to keep you accountable, going to the gym, making sure you're sticking to the diet, and you're going to feel bad if you don't, because most people won't do stuff for themselves, but they'll do it for other people. That's just human nature. So if you need a coach to put all of these metrics in place, or like I said, just a gym buddy, just to keep you on track, then make sure you do that. Get it sorted before you go into your journey. You need to be collecting data. It is the more boring side of things, but it's also good mentally because you can see over the weeks that you're actually progressing. That makes you feel more motivated, and you're able to be more disciplined to just stick to things when you know you're going to get a result. So As you can see here, this is my coaching platform, but you can use any app on the App Store to actually track your metrics. So I've got my progress pictures I take once a week. I've got my nutrition, so I can chop and change that all around, knowing the exact macros that I've got, calories, protein, carbs, fats. Obviously I've got my workout, so I can actually put my lifts into there so I can see whether I'm getting stronger or weaker. In reality, the two most important things to track to see your progress is progress pictures, because that gives you that visual standpoint, and the weight on the scales. I'd recommend just weighing yourself daily, because if you just weigh yourself once a week, there might be a scale weight spike, whether your body's just held on to more water that night. So you're not going to know whether you definitely have lost or gained weight in that week. So track your weight daily. It takes 30 seconds to 1 minute just to jump on the scales, and then take a picture once a week. And last but not least, you need to enjoy your life. You need to try and stay stress-free. Going out with friends, going out with family is so important, because obviously you're just going to be in your own little rabbit hole then. You're not going to stick to it, you're going to get depressed, and obviously everything's just going to fall out the pram. So manage into your diet things that you enjoy. A Diet Coke's not going to affect my calorie intake. I enjoy them, it gives me less cravings, helps my stress levels. Go and get a massage, not at the dirty massage parlours though. Go and get a massage, go to a spa, go for a walk, go walk the dog, do stuff that you actually enjoy that relaxes you, and then you're going to be happier throughout the process. If you have high stress levels, it produces cortisol. Cortisol affects your testosterone. If that's affected, your ability to lose fat and gain or maintain muscle gets chucked straight out the window. So de-stressing, enjoying life, staying happy is a massive part of this as well. So there you go. It sounds like a lot, but if you do put all these metrics together, they're pretty simple throughout your day to day if you make the time. And if you do it over a consistent period, you're gonna get results, you're gonna get shredded for summer, and you're gonna be feeling your best self. If you enjoyed this video, you found it helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.